Hey everyone, Kenzie here. My friend Kylie and I decided to backpack through the Porcupine Mountains in Michigan's Upper Peninsula, and we did this hike the first weekend of October in 2025. Now, we had beautiful weather. It was honestly really warm, like high temperatures were around 80 degrees, which is very abnormal for this time of year, so keep that in mind. But anyways, I just wanted to show you guys our journey through the Porcupine Mountains and talk about what route we took and show you the scenery. All right, everyone, we have arrived to the parking lot of Overlooked Falls, right?
Yep.
Okay, and we are ready to start our 2 night backpacking trip. Kylie here is
big
just
hike for today.
Yes, we have about 6 or 7 miles to a campsite right along Lake Superior, and then I think how many, like 12 to 14 miles tomorrow. And then another 7 on Sunday. So come with us as we do this hike.
Oh.
All right, we're parked and ready to go. All right, we are at Overlooked Falls, and we are about 0.37 miles in. So let's get some other views. Any comments, Kylie?
Gorgeous.
All right,
Carp River.
we're gonna continue the little Carp River trail to the left towards Greenstone Falls. And then on our way back, we're actually gonna come back from this way, from Mirror Lake.
Right down, go.
Where are we at?
Greenstone Falls.
Got this little sign here. And here's the waterfall. All right, we're almost a mile in. There's a bathroom there. And we're gonna keep going. Get this overlook. What time is it, Kylie?
Do you want Eastern time? It's 8:27
Central time? Okay. 6.5 miles-ish from where we parked, and we finally made it to our campsite. And I don't know if you can see it on the videos. Turn the other way. Oh. You can see the Big Dipper in there it is. But anyways, we have campsite LC13, and we are right on the water. It got darker a little faster than we anticipated, so we did like over half the hike in the dark, probably.
Absolutely.
Let's see if I can point this at myself here. Yeah, we did over half the hike in the dark, but we finally made it. So we are gonna go set up our tent and start a little fire and eat some dinner. Get some bugs on me. All right, I'm getting ready to hang our food on the bear pole. Good morning, everyone. So I didn't take much footage last night because we were hiking in the dark and then had to set up our tent in the dark. But now it is morning. We got Kylie over here cooking us some breakfast.
Best by May 2055.
She's cooking us some breakfast that I guess we could eat 25 plus years from now, 30 years from now. But yeah, let's take a look at our little campsite here.
Okay.
So we had campsite LC13. However, the sign for LC13 was over that way, but the people told us that it got moved around. And anyways, we end up here. So I don't know if this is actually LC13 or not. And then the bear bag is, can't really quite see it, but it's like way, or the bear pole is way back there. Yeah, but no complaints here. Waking up to a beautiful view of Lake Superior. All right, eating brekkie with this beautiful view. All right, so now that it's light outside, we were able to see the signs for the campsites, and this right here is actually LC13. So this is what we had booked last night, but some people like took ours, which it was fine. But just want to show you guys, this is what LC13 is. It's a really spacious campsite, and they got a little like start of a river there, and then the lake. LC13, and then over there is LC14.
Moment.
What was your depressing moment? She's scavenging the ground.
Nope.
Just kicking up leaves for her missing chapstick. R.I.P. So here's a cabin that you can rent if you don't want to tent camp it. Ooh. This is Big Carp Falls. I think it's time for a snack. She's looking up words in the dictionary.
The word of the day.
This is river crossing number 4. A lot of the river crossings haven't had like clear stones to step across, so we are going to put our sandals on and hike on over. Okay, so this is one of the river crossings on Big Carp Trail. The option was to walk across this log or cross over there, but Carly, how deep was it up on you?
It's not muddy.
So the water was like up to...
She was like, don't slip, it's really slippery. Immediately ate.
How far up was it on you?
It came like right up to here.
Okay, so those are your options for river crossing. This is
Yeah.
definitely the steepest
Very
one
slippery too.
so far. right, we are, I don't know how many miles in, let me see. We are 8.28 miles in, and we've been a lot in the woods, but we just got to this overlook, and check this out. Look at this view. Down here. Picture. Oh, look at those colors.
Hey Kenzie, remember we were over there?
Oh yeah. Lake of the Clouds. We're headed to that next. 2 more miles to go. So this is campsite BC3, right down that way. Pretty close to this beautiful overlook. This is campsite BC1 over right here. So this one's got
Oh,
a
this would be a nice
really nice
spot.
view in the fall. You can see stairs up there.
Stairs?
Yes. Also, just a reminder, alright, so we are at the Lake of the Clouds Overlook parking lot. They do have bathrooms, but they do not have water. There's also these trash bins for to protect from bears. But we just stopped and had our lunch here, and now we are going to head onto Mirror Lake Trail, because that's where we're camping for tonight. Lake of the Clouds. Filling up some water. There it is. We finally made it to Mirror Lake. Here is campsite ML1. I'm guessing it's actually right up there somewhere. But we're gonna keep looking for ML3. I don't want to film when I get too close, but here's the cabin at Mirror Lake. So they got a beautiful view of the lake. Looks like they have a toilet here at Mirror Lake. Let's go check it out. Human waste only. Oh, there's a toilet right there. So, add small handful of chips before each salad. Just coming up on ML3 here. Alright, so here's the campfire. And then, look, we just got here just in time for a beautiful sunset. Alright, here she goes.
Oh my god, and the moon's out!
How's the bottom? No dance. think we are at Lily Pond. We got this over here. Here we have Lily Pond Cabin. You have any final comments on this last half a mile?
We did it!
Almost, almost.
Let's go, Casey, let's go! Let's go, Casey, let's go! Let's go, Casey, let's go!
We finally made it back to the car. Between 27 and 28 miles later. Woo! Between 27 and 28.
Holy!
So one other thing I wanted to point out before I finish out this video is a better map of our hike. So I'm going to zoom in down here. We parked right here by Overlooked Falls, and we did that Friday night. And so then we hiked along here and then technically this whole way along Little Carp River Trail. And our campsite for the night was LC13 over here. And so that hike was about 6.5 miles. And then all of these campsites along here are beautiful along Lake Superior. The only ones that aren't are LC11 and LC12. Those ones were a little bit more inland. So then we woke up Saturday morning and we hiked along the lake here, and then we turned off. So we took a right onto Big Carp River Trail. And so we hiked along Big Carp River Trail. There were a couple river crossings, and I should mention there were also a couple river crossings on Little Carp River Trail too, but nothing too deep there. We definitely had a big one on Big Carp River Trail though. So we hiked Big Carp River Trail, and then once we got to this point here, right around campsite BC6, we kept going north on Big Carp River Trail. And we took this all the way up to the Lake of the Clouds. In terms of elevation, there was a lot more up and down than I anticipated. And you're definitely hiking up especially towards the end of Big Carp River Trail, because then you get to that really pretty outlook that I showed you in my video of Lake of the Clouds. And so Lake of the Clouds, right here, we stopped at the Overlook. That's where we had our lunch. And then we hiked down to the Lake of the Clouds. There's campsites down at Lake of the Clouds too. I didn't get to see them, but from what I read, it doesn't sound like they're right on the lake. So not totally sure, but just one thing to keep in mind. So from Lake of the Clouds, then we took the Mirror Lake Trail down, and then went down to our campsite of Mirror Lake, and that's where we stayed Saturday night. On Mirror Lake, ML3 was probably definitely the best campsite with water access and in terms of view, and that's the one that we were at. Then on Sunday morning, our original plan was to leave Mirror Lake and veer off on South Mirror Lake Trail and stop at Summit Peak, which is really like right here. But for time purposes, we were a little bit on a time crunch, so instead of hiking on South Mirror Lake Trail to Summit Peak and then hiking back to Little Carp River Trail, we ended up just hiking along Little Carp River Trail again. And then we just hiked past Lily Pond and then all the way back down to our car. So that overall was a little bit over 27 miles for us. I like hiking. This was definitely one of the longest hikes I've done. Unless you love hiking and are like super experienced, I would not recommend doing exactly what we did. So from our campsite Friday night to our campsite Saturday night was 15 miles. And that was a lot for us. Definitely got some blisters on our feet. So in a perfect world, we probably would have split that up. If we would have had one more day, we probably would have camped at one of these BC sites and then Mirror Lake. So that was just my personal preference, but you live and you learn. So Anyways, thanks for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful, and please give me a thumbs up to this video and subscribe to my channel. It would mean a lot to me. Thank you guys.